Doesn't matter, it's a protest.
Oh, let's
just do it.
All we are saying, we don't want loan. All we are saying, we don't want loan. All we are saying, we don't want loan. Gentlemen of the press, we are Nigerians and we are here. My name is Odorige. I am the president of the Nigerian Association in Hungary. I am here with our executive members of the association, Nigerians, friends of Nigerians. You can see everybody all around, and non-Nigerians also. We are right in front of the Hungarian parliament here in Budapest, Hungary, and we have just handed our letter of protest to the representative of the Speaker of the Hungarian Parliament. We are here because the Minister of Water Resources of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Engineer Adamu Suleiman, was here in Hungary some time ago, and he has come to request for a loan of 54 million euro for the government of Hungary. And the purpose of this loan, according to him, is that the money is needed to fight the challenges of flooding at the River Niger and River Benue of Nigeria. Now, he wants to prevent flooding. He wants to check flooding with a study of 54 million euro. Nigerians in Hungary, in our last general meeting held on the 30th day of July 2017, we agreed unanimously that we refuse to take this loan. Nigeria refused to be further indebted. Our country is currently undergoing social, economic recession, and we do not want to add sorrow to what is already going on. He that goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing. The Nigerians in Hungary, we have spoken clear and loud. Our mission is not to disrespect anybody. Nigeria comes first. Nobody owns Nigeria more than Nigerians. And we are standing to say unequivocally that the Nigerian government must not take the loan, and we are here to discourage the Hungarian government from giving us that loan. Now, why don't we want the loan? Why don't we want the loan? Recently, the Minister of Transportation in Nigeria, Rotimi Williams, categorically said that the project for the drainage of the River Niger has been awarded by the federal government to the tune of 47 billion naira in the government of Jonathan Goodluck. Now, the contract was given out. 34 billion naira was paid for the dredging of River Niger. Now, what is commonsensically speaking, what is dredging and what is study? When you dredge a river, you create a deep water and flooding stops. So what do you need another money for? For a study when the project is already ongoing? And when the contractor that got this project did not do the job, the government of Muhammadu Buhari, the present president of Nigeria, started the dredging project again with 100 million naira. I am quoting the statements, the published statements of the Minister of Transportation. Now, what do you need this money for? We are saying that this money is unjustified, and we don't trust that the money will be judiciously spent. Now, we have some questions for the Minister of Water Resources of Nigeria, Suleiman Adamu. What do you need to prevent flooding when dredging is ongoing? What do you need the money for? Point number two, the so-called project that this loan is needed for is it under the purview of the Ministry of Transportation in Nigeria, or is it under the purview of the Nigerian Ministry of Water Resources? Is the Nigerian Senate aware of this loan that we've come to seek? Is the Federal Executive Council of Nigeria aware of this loan? When you came to Hungary, you did not deem it wise in your wisdom to meet with the Nigerian community to even inform us of this. The ministers come here, they meet with us. The last time the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs was here, she met with the Nigerian community. She told us why she came here, but you just sneaked in and sneaked out, as if we are nobodies. You are managing the destiny of a group of persons, and if you are representing us, you must be able to be accountable to us. But you did not tell us what happened. We just heard on YouTube that the Minister of Water Resources is saying that the government of Hungary has agreed to give us this loan. And the minister went further to say that it's now waiting for the approval of the Nigerian Minister of Finance to append a signature for the collection of this money. So we are asking, are you sure the Senate is aware of this? Are you sure the Federal Executive Council of Nigeria is aware of this? Did the Hungarian government categorically agree to you, Mr. Minister, that they want to give you this loan? Because that is what you said. Because it is very embarrassing for you to quote the Hungarian government if what you're saying is baseless. Because we received the report from the Nigerian embassy here in Budapest that there is no concrete agreement as of now between Nigeria and Hungary concerning this loan. But if our minister is saying that the loan, the processes have been concluded, the government of Hungary has agreed, then there is a contradiction somewhere. We are here to find out what happened. Are we the ones lying? Are you the one lying, Mr. Minister? Or is the embassy of Nigeria not, are they being economical with the truth? So we are saying, as a body of Nigerians in Hungary, that loan must stop. We don't need that loan. We don't need that loan. There's already an ongoing dredging plan, and it's costing just 100 million naira. Now, do you know that many Nigerians seeking for green pastures, they come through the river, through the Mediterranean, and many of them die? Why? Because the country has become bastardized over the years. Not because we are poor, but because we have not been able to manage our God-given resources. People are dying. People are dying. And we cannot continue like that. So we are here to say once again, with a very loud voice, that we don't need that money. We don't need that money. You will collect 54 million euro. You put like 40 million euro in your pocket. And you are telling us that at the end of the day, you spend this and this and you start to make records. Nigeria, we are too wise for this. Many of you come to Europe. You see, now most of you leaders in Nigeria, hold on my people. Now, you come to Europe, you see everything here. Organized, this is the Hungarian parliament. We are here, everything is okay. You don't take ideas back home. Rather, you bring our money to Europe, to bank, or you come to Europe, anywhere you go, you are looking for money. You want to get all you can and can all you get. It is enough. So if you begin to do that to your fellow Nigerians, that is neo-colonialism. And we say no to that. We refuse that our common destiny as a people, that our commonwealth as a people should be spirited away by a few. We have been silent too much as a country. That is the problem we have in Nigeria. The problem is not just the politicians, the problem is Nigerians that are kept so silent for too long. And we are here now to say no. And you know, we are also aware that the Federation Account Allocation Committee of Nigeria, in the first quarter of 2017, they have disbursed 1.276 trillion naira to the 3 tiers of government, federal, state, and local. And it is very sad that 513 billion out of this money went for debt servicing. You are paying money all the time to pay back your loan. Do you know what 513 billion naira can do for Nigerians? That represents 14.27% of what has been allocated to the 3 tiers of government in the first quarter of 2017. How do you operate a system like that? You cannot be consolidating your wealth and at the same time you are borrowing. Now we want to make some statements here. You will notice that now in Nigeria, different regions are agitating for secession. They want to carve their own country out of Nigeria. But what do you think is the problem? In their heart of hearts, they want a one united Nigeria. But people have become so disenchanted with the system for the past 20 years. That is why they want to go. But we are saying, as Nigerians here, that we believe in one indivisible Nigeria. We believe in the unity of Nigeria. We believe in the unity of Nigeria. But our Commonwealth must not be spirited away. Nigeria is one. Nigeria is not going to. It's not going to divide. We support the government of Buhari, but we are saying that this loan must not come to Nigeria. We are saying that corruption must stop. Nigeria is estimated to be 180 million people. How long do we continue estimating our population? We should know the difference between birth rate and death rate. It is enough of estimated population. Okay, let's base our population on estimation. Now we are a country of 180 million people. Hungary is a country of less than 10 million people. Now you move from a region or a country with 180 million people, and you go to a country of less than 10 million people to borrow money. For some of us that read the Bible, if you read very well Genesis chapter 27 from verse 38 and 39, something happened. Esau sold his birthright because of a pot of stew to his brother Jacob. 20 years later, the same Jacob went to take the blessing of Esau from his father Isaac. But when Esau returned to take his blessing, the father told him, I've given the blessings out. It's finished. And you know what Esau said? He said, no little blessing, just a little. That is what in pidgin English we call it bottom pot. No bottom pot blessing, no bottom pot blessing. And what did the father say? He said, behold, away from the fertility of the earth shall be your dwelling, and away from the dew of heaven from above. What is the connection of this? If Nigeria will not condescend, come to Hungary, we are richer than Hungary. Of course. You now come here and borrow money. It's like you are saying, please, we have spent all we had 20 years ago. We have spent our Commonwealth. We have looted our Commonwealth. Please give us 54 million. Give us 54 million euro. Please give us 54 million euro. Even if it is your bottom pot, it is a shame. Embarrassing. It is a shame. It is a shame. We are too big for that. We are too big for that. We are too big for that. The problem I think we have in Nigeria now is that Mr. President has become too lenient. Some people that have stolen our money, take the money from them, put them in prison, lock the prison door, throw away the key into the lagoon forever. Many of them that have stolen our wealth are still walking on the street. When people that steal yams go to prison, we cannot continue like this. Very recently, when the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, visited Rwanda during the recent inauguration of President Paul Kagame, he said something that everybody should really listen to. What did he say? He said Africa can take leadership in various respects. Leadership in our economy, handle the commanding heights in our economy, be directly involved in the destiny and future of our countries, unquote. That was the statement of our Vice President. And that is what we should do. We should hold our destinies in our hands. We must stop going out to borrow. In this part of the world, you hear about racism. Many people don't discriminate against us just because of the colors of our skin. They discriminate against us based on where we are coming from. They see us as people that are so blessed, yet we are so poor because we don't have the managerial acumen to manage our God-given resources. That is why they discriminate against us, and we cannot continue like that. If I am born into this Nigeria and I die in this Nigeria the way I met it, what is my testimony? What is my testimony? Now we can tell you what 54 million euro can do in Nigeria. 54 million euro can equip the Nigerian army to fight terrorism in the northeastern part of Nigeria. 54 million euro could conveniently settle internally displaced persons in Nigeria. 54 million euro could be used to generate water, build good schools for children and hospitals in Kazare local government area of Jigawa State, where the Minister of Water Resources comes from. What do you need 54 million euro for? To borrow? To put in your pocket? 54 million euro could give steady electricity in some parts of Nigeria.
That's for signature.
And to the Hungarian government, we want to say that we live in Hungary. This is our home. And we cannot see anything that will be detrimental to Hungarians, and we allow it to happen. This is our home. And we are saying that this loan is not good for Hungarians, and this loan is not good for Nigerians. Now, we must also know that the government of Nigeria does not generate money from the Ministry of Water Resources. So if you give us this money in Nigeria, you will not get it back. No. Because it is not an income generation ministry.
Yes.
Now, Nigerians have to put boreholes in their homes just to get water. So how will they pay back? At the end of the day, Hungary might end up cancelling these loans, just like some countries have cancelled our loans before. And on the long run, it will not be good for the Hungarians will be the losers. And that is why we say, please don't give us this loan. The loan request is not justified. And we know that the money will not be judiciously spent. Now, you will notice that Hungary is currently fighting illegal migration. They spent less than 54 million euro to build fences to discourage irregular migration into the country. Now, if you give this kind of loan to Nigeria, the money will be mismanaged, the people will become more impoverished, and the poverty in the land will increase. Now, more people will move from Nigeria to Hungary, and they want to break your fence.
Yes.
Is that what you want? No! And that is why we say we have to go to the root cause of the problem. Mismanagement. We have to go back to the root cause of the problem. Poverty. Spend the money. The government of Hungary can invest such a money in the electricity project in Nigeria. Our people need stable electricity.
We need it.
You can invest it in Nigeria. We really appreciate the bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Hungary. And the Hungarian Stipendium Scholarship is a very vital thing for Nigerian students and other African students. So we are happy to live in Hungary, and we wish Hungarians the best. Therefore, we discourage you. We discourage you from giving that loan to Nigeria. It is on record. It has been reported by the United Nations High Commission for Refugees that 14.8% of persons that travel through the sea from January are Nigerians. And that was the highest number. It is sad. It is sad. Therefore, we demand as follows. We demand that the federal government of Nigeria should critically investigate the coming of the Minister of Water Resources to Hungary to seek for this loan. As a matter of urgency, we ask that the government of Nigeria should withdraw any attempt to withdraw money in the name of loan from the government of Hungary. Now, the people you are seeing here, some are there. This is just part one of our protest. Part two will be monumental, because people are on holidays now, students are on holidays, the civil societies are on holidays, but they are aware. You know, this news is already awash in the Hungarian media. But part two will come when our demands are not met. We are asking EFCC, as a matter of urgent national interest, to arrest those contractors that collected 34 billion naira from the federal government of Nigeria in the name of dredging River Niger. So if you collect 34 billion naira you put in your pocket, few people have the money. Those people that have stolen the money, police is escorting them. You come home, everybody call you a leader, but you are a common thief. EFCC should go after such people. And we demand also that the Nigerian president should review the performances of some of his ministers. Some of them are not on the same page with the president of Nigeria. We call on other Nigerian associations all over the world. You should be caretakers in your domain. If you see the Nigerian government coming to do something that is detrimental to our people, stop them. The time is now. The time is now. Now, we want to thank, on behalf of the Nigerian Association, we want to thank the Hungarian police that has been with us. First, we moved from the Prime Minister's office through Blaluza, and now we are here. It's a peaceful protest. And we want to thank also all members of the Nigerian executive in Hungary. We want to thank our indefatigable Nigerian Union Association members. We want to thank the press. We want to thank everybody that has been with us through this fight. I would like to thank you that did everything to discourage me from organizing this protest. You pressured by day, you pressured by night, in your private and in your official capacity. But we are saying that this is not about self, it is about nation. We have confidence in the embassy of Nigerian embassy, the Nigerian embassy in Hungary. We're happy that the new set are doing something quite different from what we experienced in the past 1.5 years when it was like we had no embassy. And we hope that we shall cooperate with you in this and other programs. But we are asking Mr. President of Nigeria to do just 3 things for us. Many of us who are seen here, we are Buharis to the core. It is on record before your election that we campaign vigorously for you. Everybody knows, apart from the fact that I'm the president of the Nigerian Association, I am the #1 Buharis in this country. And I don't regret it because I have hope that Buhari will deliver. Therefore, we ask, sir, that do not bring us to shame. We that support you, we pray for you. Do not bring us to shame. We ask that you give Nigeria just 2 things. Give us steady electricity. From the loots seen at the Koi house, from the money of $9 million hidden by Yakubu, from the money looted by the Desanis and the patients, good luck, give us electricity. We are also asking that you should give us steady food supply in Nigeria. Now, this is a time for practical leadership in Nigeria. We don't need leaders that carry fire from office to office and nothing is moving. Now, I want to say, it's a suggestion to the President of Nigeria that you should support a bill that will make it compulsory for the 774 local governments in Nigeria to have a farm based on your least comparative disadvantage. That is, if your area is good for the production of piggery, go into it. If your area is good for cassava, go into it. By the time we have 774 farms, it will not thin down to the wards. Every ward councillor should also have a farm, all owned by the government, by the local government. If we do this, there will be food security. What is the purpose of government? Welfare and security. We pray that God in His infinite mercy should grant our President, Muhammadu Buhari, good health, strength, wisdom to steer the ship of state to our divine destiny. Recently, we also know that 3.8 billion was borrowed by Nigeria from the African Development Bank for the purpose of processing and exporting our potato in conjunction with the Plateau State government, an amount that will be paid for 25 years. 25 years. Yakubu's loot alone would have taken care of that loan. What do you need to take a loan for and you pay for 25 years? 3.8 billion. Mr. President, we wish you good health. God bless the good people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless the good people and the government of Hungary. And we know that this loan will come to an end. Thank you and God bless. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming.
We'll talk more.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Majan Kosama. Thank you for coming. Majan Kosama. Mr. Dean, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Dean, you must go. He's a Nigerian. Yes, he's a Nigerian. So, you have to come. I tell you, he's the